I hate purple, but please tell me why I end up in purple and black every day. Whoa, we're playing a real game called I Forgot to Get Gas Last Night and thought I would do it today, but I'm running late today, so now I'm not going to do it. And now I really, actually, for the first time in my life, run out of gas. I always say that, but this time it actually happened. Like, actually. I made it without getting gas, but I'm literally the only one here. It's kind of weird. I got this outfit. I'm looking good today. This is my official warm-up. I decided I'm going to start with a kip, a cast, a back hip circle, make sure I get that cast up into tap swings. And no, I have not figured out how to stay tight jumping to the bar. It's a real issue. And then easing my way into a low bar, which low bars have actually been not as bad as I thought they would be, minus the second kip, and into a kip and just a cast down. I don't know what it is about the high bar. I don't know if it's the jump throwing me off, but it's feeling way off. I'm not really sure. But then we move into a full set attempt. Not a pretty attempt, but an attempt. I need to write down notes because I kind of remember this day as I'm making this voiceover, but I also can't remember what my goals were. I'm pretty sure it was to connect my squat on at the end of this, and I don't know if that's what made me really frustrated, but I do remember being super mad, which probably led to this. I don't know if you can see it, but my hand falls off the bar and then I just tank to the floor. I think I was expecting too much from myself, and so when I didn't do what I wanted to do today, it just kind of turned into a terrible bar day. But we did move on to beam then, and warm-ups looked pretty solid. Everything was just hitting right in a row. Until we got to round-offs. I tried, which normally I can do this. That's why I think it made me so mad. Again. So I decided to just throw it in my routine because sometimes I can just do that. I don't advise it, but if you got to get that first one over with, sometimes I just throw it in my routine. And it didn't happen, so I had to add an extra mat, and then immediately I was able to do it. I had to switch over to the other high beam so I could do my dismount because I needed it a little higher, but this is where things really started going south. It was the tiniest mess up and I would throw a fit and start over. And it's funny to watch now, but I just remember being irritated with even that little dance wobble. At this point, I had to tell myself to suck it up and we needed to make it through a routine no matter what. So I did have to redo my Sassone. And you can just see it in my movement that I just had an attitude. But I did end up doing the rest of the routine with not as many wobbles. I didn't really work the dismount today, but I did expect myself to make it, Christmas miracles. And then I moved to the rod floor because I've been having really bad shin splints when I tumble on the floor. So I'm trying to ease myself back onto the floor. So this is just a skill set where basically I do all of my routine skills in order, one after the other. Instead of just working on back and then just working on front, I go back and forth. Helps increase my cardio and endurance for those routines because I have terrible cardio. It's funny, my different running speeds for my different passes. I'm just crazy hungry today. So we have some vodka pasta. Crazy hungry. I spent an hour and a half watching videos of me doing gymnastics because I've been categorizing them and putting them into sections. I could go back and watch my progress, but it seriously just makes me more upset that I can't do a round off on the freaking high beam without that stupid yellow mat. Because I watched on my birthday in November. I watched myself do a cartwheel round off on the high beam with a yellow mat, but it was a cartwheel round off. I'm like wired to be this way from like past experiences, so I have to break that, so it becomes even harder. It's not like I just built these fears. I've had them for a long time. The problem is I only have a month and a half. I'm just making eggs with spinach because it's what I have left. I need to go grocery shopping. No. This. And a little bit of water, a little bit of heavy cream. Spinach. Oh, I have a direct message. Yes, for the win. Bubbler keeps reposting my posts, so I keep getting Amazon gift cards. This is amazing, Nora. This is the part that I get up in my head about this, where I'm like, well, one, I go into panic. Like, what if people who know me see it? Like, I'm the only person that drinks bubbler. Like, come on. Of course people are going to see it that I know. Second is then I'm like, oh, you've reposted it twice. You should just hire me already. I wouldn't want to work for someone else. That's the problem. So that's why I kind of like this avenue of like, I get to be creative, but it's with my job and social media. So I'm just like my own person. I don't know. Yes, sometimes I do that because I'm lazy. We got our eggs. Pretty soon you guys aren't gonna be able to tell what day it is because this is like all I wear is this stupid jacket. It's just comfy, obvi. I definitely want to work out today. Push day. Push that baby out. You know we gotta sneak some gymnastics in there, so we start with some handstand holds and some press work. And then we go into bench pressing, which this is a joke. I normally just do the barbell because I'm scared that it's gonna drop on my neck if I can't lift it. So because it's such a lightweight, I end up doing like 3 sets of 15. And then I forgot to start my Apple Watch. Moving on to, I like to keep it again, gymnastics related. These I find help with my free hips. Don't even know what they're called. Then I do overhead press, but I do it back and forth from chest to my shoulders. And then we have skull crushers, but I'm using one arm. I tried with 20 pounds, way too much, so I went down to 15. And just going back and forth between each arm. Then we go back to chest, and I do some flies. And that wraps up my quick push day. We are color coordinating this weekend. I know I wore this outfit last week, but I'm wearing it again. And then we're going with a pink day and a blue day. I'm so cool. All right, time to pack. Am I packing my whole smoothie blender? That I am. All right, finally on the road. Oh, there's a bump coming. Like, how big are we talking? Woo! Wasn't that big. We made it. First day done. I didn't record anything, which was stupid. But the Rush Expo Center is pretty cool. Just very cold. But I'm headed to the hotel now. It's 9 o'clock. I'm on the first floor across from the pool. Why do I keep getting screwed over like this? I really like sleeping. I'm kind of up and at it this morning. It's my first day of my period, so it's like one of those days that no matter how much medication you take, you can still feel every cramp. Right now, I just started my car and I'm gonna go to Big Apple Bagel. Someone please remind me, always look to see if there are other events going on. There's just something about these. They're like a New York style bagel, and it's good. Gymnastics meet or not, we gotta keep closing those rings, so you know I'm here with another workout. I just literally typed in core workout for athletes into YouTube and followed this like 30-minute one. I ended up only doing 20 minutes, but it was a good one. So each exercise was only 30 seconds long. I'll link to the YouTube video that I got this from in the description box below. Good luck. Your girl can't do a bridge, so you know this one was by far my favorite. I just love that all these exercises show off my super unflexible hamstrings. Pink today. Let's go. Was Cold Stone right next to Buffalo Wild Wings, and did I get both? I sure did. So they got rid of my favorite Buffalo Wild Wing sauce. So this is what I do. I buy sweet barbecue and I buy medium. Mix it together. It's the medium barbecue that I used to like. I just got French fries, plain boneless chicken wings. I just dip, eat. This is a lot of calories, but I barely ate anything yesterday. It's going pretty good so far today. I'm obsessed with 3 things in life: Cold Stone, gymnastics, and the Cheesecake Factory. What's more to life? I'm back from my last session, which I thought went pretty well. But my girls didn't think it went so well. But I thought it went well. They expect miracles. Like, sure, the goal is to be shooting for 9s. Like, you know, optionals in Excel, once you get up to like gold, is a little harder because you have to hit your cast, which is a hard cast to hit because it's not like it's just horizontal. They say it's just horizontal, but you basically have to be over horizontal or it doesn't count. Baby steps, peeps. I bought myself some Chex Mix and I should get to bed soon because it's almost 11, but not really because it's daylight savings. And I have to function tomorrow because there's a lot going on. I got a coach sick, and so I basically have 2 groups going at once, so we're winging it.
I go fast, but I do it fairly.
The meet is over. I have a weekend off this next week. Like, what? And then I compete, which I've given it a lot of thought, and I've actually decided to move down levels. Woo! I'm doing platinum. I thought long and hard about this, and I had to think about I had to think about my goals, and I had to think about like why I was doing this. I was trying to explain too much, and it got very confusing. Did level 4 for 4 years. We also did practice during the summer. Then moved to 5, did that for 3 years because I couldn't get my kip until I got my grips, got my kip. Then did level 6 for 1 year. If I stayed at the Y, I would have went 7. Didn't, and the routines changed, so I went to club and I did level 6 again, which I actually did pretty well. When I got to level 7, I started stopping in the middle of my back pass, land on my head. So that started the fear of the back tumbling. Like, it got so bad in 7 because you had to do a round off back handspring back layout. At my state meet, I scratched because I literally had a panic attack. Whatever, it is what it is. Once you get to level 8, then you can kind of like change passes and you don't necessarily have to do the back handspring. So I did round off layout, front tuck, step out, round off, back tuck. But as I was saying, like, it just like was a trickle effect. I had a back handspring on beam. I would not do the back handspring. I would do the cartwheel, round off, then couldn't do the cartwheel, or then couldn't do the round off. So I tried to dive cartwheel, couldn't do the dive cartwheel. It was a long mess. And then it trickled into vault, which was my favorite event, and I couldn't do anything on vault. I would do my half on, full off, but I would flip off the wedge, but I would do it sometimes off the table and then sometimes I wouldn't. So it just became this thing. And then bars, same thing with bars. I wouldn't do a cast handstand. Definitely never do giants. Never, ever, ever, ever. And release skills, bails, absolutely not. I finally got a straddle back for my very last meet. So I had all my requirements, but I didn't get a very good score because it gets to the point where your coaches, all they can focus on is getting you to do it. It's very defeating to get something and then be like, what? Why didn't I get a good score? Well, you didn't get a good score because we've been so focused on doing something that we can't fix it. So I had to have that realization as I'm doing this whole thing over again. I can't have my cake and eat it too. I'm not that person. So I had to have that realization with myself that we weren't going to do this a second time around, and it was okay to compete down a level and still be working on those upgrades, and that it's okay to repeat levels. I don't know where we got this idea that you just move up a level every single year. Like, that doesn't mean you didn't make progress. You're still working on the next level. You're competing down a level so you can show that execution. I gotta get out of here, but hopefully that wraps everything up. Y'all, pine berries. Sorry, I just woke up from a nap.
We haven't talked about these.
It tastes like a freaking strawberry. What a royal letdown. TikTok made me buy it. Just kidding, it just ended up in my fridge and I did not want it.